that shine, the more that shine, the more that stand, the more that cheat, the more she lead, the more she cry, the harder to trust, the more that lie, the more she die, the more that lies, the more that I try, the more that I want, the more that I grind, the more that I shine, the more that I strive, the more that I stand, the more that I cheat, the more that she lead, the more that she cry, the harder to trust, the more that I lie, the more that she dies, the more I realize I'm harder to love, I'm harder to teach, I'm harder to beat, and not even drum, I'm harder to keep, I'm harder to sleep, scared of the dark, I'm not gonna run, I'm harder to break, but harder to make, you get in my way and draw my gun, I'm not gonna play, I'm not for the games, I'm not gonna change, put that on my son, put that on my mom, put that on my sis, put that on my bitch, and all of my hoes, put that on my team, put that on my G's, I say what I mean, you already know, put that on my city, put that on my Billy, I got me a beam, I wanted a roll, sip on some Henny, I'm ride with the semi, and my niggas with me, I'm calling toast. Calling the plug, you calling the cops, I call you a snitch, you holding a grudge, you calling a judge, you say you a thug, I call you a bitch, I call you a hoe, don't call me a bro, don't call me no more, I call you a trick, I'm tired of the hate, I'm tired of the snakes, I'm tired of your face, you wanted my dick, I wanted the fame, I wanted the name, I wanted the break, I wanted the love, I wanted the cake, I wanted to be great, I wanted to change, and all the above, you want me to fall, you want me to crawl, you want me to stall, they want me to drugs, you want me to fail, they want me to jail, they wanted my soul, they wanted my blood, I'm out for revenge, I'm out for the ends, I'm out for respect, I'm out for the crown, I'm out for the rain, they started to aim, I hopped in a plane, I'm not going down, I'm dodging the flames, they calling my name, I wanna be saved, but I don't know how, I thought it was safe, but I got a plan, let's hold up the chopper and ride it. Up on them whites, you gon' see, it's a fucking murder spree. You gon' see, won't nobody say a beat. You gon' see, don't you turn your back on me. You gon' see, roll up on them whites, catch your niggas slipping, I might hit them with the couple. They gon' miss it, cause revenge feels sweet. You gon' see, won't nobody say a beat.
Yo, what's going on, YouTube, Raider Nation? What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Ash here coming at you guys with the return of the picks. Week 1 picks for the 2021 NFL season. Unfortunately, I got to do these picks on my backup channel because I am suspended for a week on my main channel because I had some copyright content, and we already know a certain faggot, flag me yet again, but it's all good. No worries, man. Like I said, I have this backup channel for a reason, just in case like some shit goes down with the main channel. But either way, man, I'm happy that the NFL season is right around the corner, man, that we're getting some football, some real football this week, man. Week 1 NFL. Let's get it, man. Last year, I thought I did really good on my picks. I believe I was like, I won the Steven Rose, not tournament, but I won in my division. And I think I went like as far as like the divisional playoffs in that tournament. Gonna do my best to be as accurate as I am as my picks as possible, man. I'm hoping to at least get like at least 11 to 12 picks right this week. I'm almost a perfectionist when it comes to these picks, bro. Like I want to be right on a lot of these picks, because I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Most of you motherfuckers don't know what the fuck you guys are talking about, man. And I'm not trying to say that as disrespect, but I'm sick of you motherfuckers saying that I don't know shit about football and that they get in your feelings whenever I speak facts about your fucking team. And then once the season ends, once I speak right about your fucking team, you get in your little feelings about it. So, anyways, as I'm saying, let's get on to these picks, man. Week 1 NFL. Let's get it, man. 2021 NFL season, man. So let's start off with the Thursday night game. We got the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Super Bowl defending champion Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Bay. Dallas is already dealing with some BS before this game has even started, as Zach Martin's going to be out for this game dealing with COVID, man. And, this is going to be Dak Prescott's first game back since that horrific ankle injury, man. Not so sure if he's got 100%. I also been hearing it's only with the shoulder injury as well, so I'm not so sure if he's 100% there as well with the shoulder. It's in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay brought back everybody in the offseason, and they're looking to repeat, man. They're looking to prove that last year wasn't a fluke, that it wasn't just like a Mickey Mouse Super Bowl win, man. So give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, to just roll past the Dallas Cowboys, man. Like, I'd be shocked. Like, I know KPG is in here lurking in the live chat, but he's saying, like, that the Cowboys are going to win week 1 this one. Now, man, I'll tell you what. If the Cowboys do win that week 1 game, I have no problems crowing up and saying that I was wrong, man. But I just do not believe. Like, this is my guarantee. I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to smack the Dallas Cowboys, man. I think they're going to smack the Dallas Cowboys. All right, so let's get on to some of the early games. We got the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Atlanta Falcons, man. I I don't know why, man, but I've been hearing a lot of people say that the Eagles, are going to win this game, and I just don't see it, man. I'm going to go with Atlanta here, man. I'm not a big believer of Jalen Hurts. I know they got Devontae Smith, but, outside of him, they don't really have that much when it comes to the wide receiving core. Miles Sanders, like, he's all right. He's solid, Their defense, again, they have a lot of problems in the secondary. Their defensive line with Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham, they're getting up there with age. I'm not too high on Nick Sirianni. I know I shouldn't judge the guy his first year, man, but I haven't really heard all that much, praise on this guy. And I just think, at the end of the day, I mean, Atlanta, they did lose Julio Jones, but they did gain Kyle Pitts, and I believe Calvin Ridley's going to take that next big step, and it's in Atlanta. So I'm going to take the Atlanta Falcons this game, and I think the Falcons win this game. It'll be close, but I'm going to go with the Falcons winning this game. Next game, we got the San Francisco 49ers. Most likely Jimmy G will be the starter, taking on the Detroit Lions with Jared Goff. It's in Detroit, but you already know I'm going with the Niners, man. This should be an easy win for the 49ers. There's no reason why the San Francisco 49ers should not win this game by at least 2 or more touchdowns, man. The Niners are just overall just a better team. They had the better coaching. They had the better defense. They had the better offense. They're just overall better. Even special teams. Give me the San Francisco 49ers, man, easily over the Detroit Lions. And then next up, let's go now to the other early games. We got the Minnesota Vikings. This is the interleague now, AFC versus NFC. Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, man. This is tough because it is in Cincinnati. I do think Cincinnati will improve this year. I do think Joe Burrow takes that next step this year. But Joe Burrow, I mean, this is his first game back coming off a torn ACL. And, the Minnesota Vikings, they have a lot of unfinished business, in my opinion, man. I mean, Kirk Cousins, he might be on the hot seat this year, man. I'm hearing Mike Zimmer could be on the hot seat if the Vikings don't make the playoffs this year. So the Vikings need to have a big season out of those guys, man. I'm talking, they got to at least make playoffs, man. And I'm going to go with the Vikings here, I think it will be close. I wouldn't be too surprised if the Cincinnati Bengals do win this game. I do think that they have improved. They drafted Jamar Chase. They signed Trey Hendrickson. They definitely. And I think Joe Burrow is definitely going to improve in year 2, even with him coming back from a torn ACL. I just think it's going to take a little bit of time. I think it's going to take him a few weeks to settle in from that torn ACL. And I just think that the Minnesota Vikings, that offense of theirs with, Cousins under center with Thielen and Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook, man, I think it's just going to be too much for that Cincinnati Bengals defense. It's young, but it's also at the same time unproven, So, give me the Minnesota Vikings, man. And then next up, we got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Indianapolis Colts. It's in Indianapolis, but the Colts have been dealing with a lot of COVID BS. We're not so sure Carson Wentz is going to be even playing this game, or even if he's at 100%, if he is going to play this game. Seattle, like I said, man, I didn't really see all that much. There wasn't really that much with Seattle outside of them extending Jamal Adams that they really did in the offseason. It's kind of the same team that it was from last year. They did change offensive coordinators, but I still expect Russ to be Russ, DK Metcalf to do DK Metcalf things, Jamal Adams, blitz boy, to make an impact on that defense. And they did lose KJ Wright to us, but other than that, Seattle's still one of the better teams in the league. I still think that this team is probably still a top 10 team, and I think they're going to win this game. I think it'll be close, but I think Seattle will win this game and start the season 1-0. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Washington football team in the nation's capital at Washington, man. And you know what, man? I hope to God he is watching this because I know he's going to freak out. But give me the Washington football team. Let me explain myself. The Los Angeles Chargers, one of the biggest improvements, at least on paper, is their offensive line. They got a new center. They drafted Rashawn Slater. This offensive line, on paper should be improved, but it's going to be battle-tested week 1. This front four of Washington is no joke. And with Ryan Fitzpatrick under center, he was better than Alex Smith was last year. I think he's going to have a much better year than Alex Smith did last year, and definitely better than Dwayne Haskins. And I still feel like Ryan Fitzpatrick is hungry. This guy, he wants to taste playoffs. He's never been to the playoffs, and he has a shot with the Washington football team. And they added some pieces in the offseason, by getting in Curtis Samuel. They already got Terry McLaurin. I think Antoine Gibson's going to have a big year, running the football. And I just think, the Chargers got to travel cross country. I feel like Justin Herbert's going to deal with a lot of pressure all game. I feel like it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game. But give me the Washington football team in an upset. Now, the Chargers can't win this game. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the Chargers can't win this game. But something tells me that the Washington football team will find a way to win this game week 1. I mean, this game could go either way. It's a very 50-50 matchup in my opinion. But I'm gonna go with my gut and say Washington wins week 1. Next up, we got the New York Jets taking on the Carolina Panthers. Jets coming in with the new quarterback, Zach Wilson, new coaching staff with Robert Saleh at the helm and whatnot. And then, with the Carolina Panthers, I mean, this is I guess a so-called revenge game for Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold's first ever start as with the Carolina Panthers going up against the New York Jets, just to make it even more awkward. And I think the Carolina Panthers are going to win this game. I just think that they are more talented than the New York Jets. I feel like they're more hungry than the New York Jets. Like both these teams, I don't expect them to be playoff teams this year, but I think Carolina's going to be much improved this year. The Jets will too, but I think Carolina takes care of business and wins this game week 1. Next up, we got the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Tennessee Titans. Both these teams looking to make noise this year. With the Arizona Cardinals adding J.J. Watt and whatnot, trading for Rodney Hudson, and the Tennessee Titans, obviously the big trade, trading for Julio Jones. Game is in Tennessee. I'm going to say the Titans win this game. I think the Titans, they're at home. I think they're a better team than the Cardinals. I'm not saying the Cardinals can't win this game. I think if Kyler Murray, goes off this game, I think they definitely have a shot to win. But I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I just think the Tennessee Titans are a better team. And, I think they've improved on the offense, and I think they've improved on the defensive side of the ball as well by signing Bud Dupree and whatnot, drafting Caleb Farley. So give me the Tennessee Titans. And then next game, we got the we're still going early games right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Buffalo Bills. Give me the Buffalo Bills in an easy one, man. I think the Buffalo Bills, that's another guarantee. I think the Buffalo Bills guaranteed will beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Buffalo is primed for a Super Bowl this year. They added in Emmanuel Sanders, Josh Allen, like he's primed to win MVP. Then you got Stephon Diggs as well, and you got that defense as well, and Sean McDermott. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they lost so many pieces to their offensive line. They lost Bud Dupree, they lost Vince Williams, they lost some pieces on their defense. I think the Steelers team is going to struggle this year. I think Ben Roethlisberger is washed up. I'm just not that high on the Steelers this year. And I think in this matchup, I think Buffalo wins this game. Okay, maybe not easily. Maybe the Steelers might give them some trouble, but I think Buffalo will be in control of this game, and the Bills will win this game. Next up, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence's first ever career start taking on the Houston Texans, which Tyrod Taylor will be the starter week 1. And this was tough, but at the same time too, like I honestly trust Trevor Lawrence more than I do with Tyrod Taylor. Sorry, Spider, but I'm going with the Jacksonville Jaguars, man. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a great NFL debut. I think Houston, is probably going to be one of the more worst teams in the NFL this year. I think for sure they're going to pick at least top 5. And the Jaguars, I think, they'll definitely improve this year. I don't think they're going to be a playoff team, but that team, like I said, man, we'll see how Urban Meyer does and Trevor Lawrence does. But I think this scenario, they'll win week 1. Now let's go to the late games. Let's start off with the NFC side. We got the Green Bay Packers taking on the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers in this one, man. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, are back, with the New Orleans Saints. It's in Jacksonville, funny enough, because of all the hurricanes going on. By the way, thoughts and prayers to everyone affected by hurricane. I think it's called Hurricane Ida. Thoughts and prayers with you guys, man. But I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers. I just think that they are a better team this year than New Orleans. I think Green Bay could be primed for a Super Bowl this year, man, or at least a Super Bowl appearance this year. And, Aaron Rodgers reigning NFL MVP, and the Saints, like I said, losing Drew Brees, Michael Thomas most likely not playing week 1. That might hurt. That's probably going to hurt the Saints, and I got the Green Bay Packers winning week 1. Next up, we got the Cleveland Browns taking on the Kansas City Chiefs, a rematch of last year's divisional playoff game in Kansas City, which they won like 22-17. I got the Chiefs this game, man. Cleveland can win this game, but I got the Chiefs. Like before Mahomes got hurt, because remember Mahomes got hurt in that divisional game. The Chiefs were like about to blow out the Browns. It was that like, at one point it was like 19-3, and then Patrick Mahomes gets there. Cleveland slowly starts to get back into the game, but it wasn't enough. Now that the Chiefs improved on the offensive line, man, they're going to give Mahomes so much time. I know Myles Garrett's going to present a lot of challenges this game, but at the same time too, I feel like Mahomes is going to have enough time to get the ball to Tyreek Hill or Travis Kelce or to Hardman and whatnot. And also too, they got a Clyde Edwards-Helaire who had a very solid rookie year last year. I think he might improve in year two just because they've improved on the offensive line as well, man. So give me the Chiefs this game. I think they do win this. I think they do win this game, not pretty easily, but I think they'll be in control of this game and win this game in convincing fashion. Next up, now this is going to be one of the more interesting games to watch of the week. We got the two Alabama quarterbacks going at Tua Tagovailoa and Mac Jones. Dolphins and Patriots, AFC East battle. And this game, man, both these teams, like I said, are primed for a playoff push this year, man. And you know what? I love you, my boy, Gabe, on some no homo shit, but I'm going with the Dolphins, man. I know it's in New England. I know it's in Foxborough, man, but I do think the Dolphins are a better team this year. I do. This team. Think about it, you guys. This team last year was 10-6, and Tua wasn't that promising his rookie year. And now that he's got weapons, now that he's like more than a year removed from his hip surgery, I expect Tua to improve in year two. I mean, he has to, or else he's going to get replaced. Because if you look at this Miami team, they got great coaching. They got a really good defense. They got some pieces on the offense. The offensive line obviously needs to improve. The running game needs to improve. But other than that, Miami overall, their roster, I think it's good enough to be a playoff team for years to come. But, it's all going to really depend on Tua. And, I want to say that Tua improves in year two. I mean, he's got Jalen Waddle. Devontae Parker is healthy now. They added in Will Fuller. They got Mike Gesicki at tight end. As long as you give Tua time, he's gonna connect with his weapons and whatnot, man. And like I said, they were one game away from making the playoffs. They were a game short of making the playoffs, and that was with Tua struggling as a rookie. He was 6-3 as a starter. So, give me the Dolphins this game, man. Like I said, Mac Jones. I think Mac Jones is going to be all right. I think he's going to do solid. I think he might struggle that first game. That Miami defense is no joke, especially at the secondary with Xavier Howard and Byron Jones and whatnot. And like I said, New England kind of lacks weapons on offense. They do have my boy Nelson Aguilar, but at the same time, they don't really have enough at the receiving position, man. So we'll see, man. But give me the Dolphins this game. And then the next game, we got the Denver Broncos taking on the New York Giants in New York. And I hate doing this. I really do hate doing this because I hate this team probably more than any team in the NFL and maybe in sports. But I'm realistic. I'm going with the Denver Broncos this game, man. Saquon might not even play week one for the Giants. Evan Ingram might miss time with injury. I'm hearing Kenny Golladay is dealing with an injury as well. So it's injuries. And plus, too, I just cannot trust Daniel Jones in that offensive line, man. I feel like, New York's going to have a long day, especially dealing with guys in the defensive line with Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, and then you got Shelby Harris on the inside, man. Denver's defense is no joke this year. It's going to be at least top 10. And I hate saying this. I hate saying this. Absolutely hate saying this. It could be top 5. Definitely top 10, but and all Teddy Bridgewater has to do is just play like a solid game manager this game and not turn over the ball, and they'll be fine. I hope I'm wrong. This is the pick I really want to be wrong on the most. Giants fans, please do me a favor. Y'all say you're a playoff team this year. Y'all say that you're going to win the East this year. Then do me a favor and please beat the Broncos. Please say that I'm a dumbass and that I'm wrong on this. Because I don't want to hear from Seven, Bronco Fanatic, and all that, and all the motherfuckers, man. You know what I'm saying? about them starting 1-0, because the last 2 years, y'all have been struggling in the month of September. Fangio, like y'all start off slow in September, so it's important for you guys to start off hot in the month of September, But I think in this game, I think realistically y'all should win this game, and that's why I'm going with y'all. Next up, we got the Sunday night game: Chicago Bears taking on the LA Rams, and I'm going to go with the LA Rams. Andy Dalton starting this game, man. I'm just not too big of a believer in the Bears. We'll see at some point when Justin Fields is going to start. I believe he's going to start at some point during the year. I always just hope it's like after week 5 because we play the Bears that are around week 5, So, and then the last game, I say the best for the last, man. The Baltimore Ravens are coming into town to Las Vegas, Monday Night Football, with fans taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, man. And I'll tell you what, man. This game, man, it's going to be a great game. I really do think it's going to be a good game. And I know a lot of people in the live chat are watching and are like wondering who am I going to pick. And this is going to shock a lot of y'all, but hear me out. My squad's going to start 1-0, I believe. I'm taking the Las Vegas Raiders. I understand the Baltimore Ravens are a great team. They got Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh, this and that. They, for the last couple of weeks, have been suffering so many injuries. Marquise Brown out. Miles Boykin out. J.K. Dobbins out for the season. Marquise Brown is not out yet, but he might be out. So Lamar Jackson is going to be without likely his 3 starting receivers. We already know Bateman is out. We already know Boykin is out. Marquise Brown might be out. J.K. Dobbins is out. And then their other running back too, Justice Hill, is out. And I believe that if we can stop the run, and I feel like we have the personnel front 7-wise to stop the run. Our linebacking core, K.J. Wright, Denzel Perriman, Nicholas Morrow, Divine Diablo, Corey Littleton, Nick Wiskowski, my bad. Nicholas Morrow's not playing, but Nick Wiskowski has improved. Our linebacking corps has improved. Our defensive line, we got a former Raven, Yannick Ngakoue, on the defensive line. Then on the other side, you got Max Crosby. And say what you want about Cleveland Farrell, but he can't stop the run. He can stop the run very well. Same thing with Quinn Jefferson. Same thing with Solomon Thomas. I'm just saying, do not be shocked if the Raiders do win this game. Don't be. It would be kind of considered an upset, quote unquote, but the Ravens right now, they are banged up. They are hurt. If they were healthy, I would go with the Ravens, but at the same time too, I would still like the Raiders' chances because it is in Las Vegas. It is week 1. It is a Monday night game. And last year, a similar situation happened where we played the Saints, and the Saints were a bit banged up. They were without Michael Thomas, and we beat the Saints. This kind of like, I'm thinking to myself, this is kind of like deja vu a little bit. And at the same time, too, offensively, I'll explain more in my game preview, but, our offensive line, I know we made a lot of changes this year, man, but the Ravens' defensive line, they lost 2 big pieces in the offseason with Ngakoue and Matthew Judon. I feel like as long as Carr has enough time, he's going to get the ball to Darren Waller, to Henry Ruggs, to Brian Edwards, Hunter Renfrow, and whatnot, man. And plus, their running game, the Ravens had a hard time stopping the run last year. I think they were like bottom 10 in the NFL. We got Josh Jacobs and now Kenyon Drake. I think it's going to be a long day for the Ravens defense. And I do believe that this Raiders defense can get stops on Lamar Jackson. I do think that we can maybe get a turnover or 2 in Lamar Jackson. And I do think that we will find a way to win this game. And I'll talk more about it at the Battleground. And I know that the Raiders probably have present themselves with the biggest challenge week 1. But I don't want to hear shit from people saying that this game isn't winnable for the Raiders, that the Raiders can't win this game. Because I believe that they can, And if we lose, we lose. I'll crow. I'll say that I was wrong, and whatnot. But I do like the Raiders' chances to win this game. But with that being said, you guys, man, look at it again. These are my week 1 picks for the 2021 NFL season. Anyways, you guys, man, let me go ahead and stop sharing my screen. This has been your boy, Ash, and I am out. Peace, and go Raiders.